Are you facing challenges also in hiring apprentices, or you have been able to work out that particular issue?
Dhriti, this is an interesting question, but I would be lying if I say I don't face challenges. I am facing challenges because people have a choice. So youngsters who come out of institutions, they are lured by what they see on the TVs and what they see in the media. So everybody loves to get into a permanent job straight away, buy a handy mobile or cars or whatever it is. So they are kind of lured by the media. So the reality is different. So we try to hire people with the right attitude and the aptitude. Uh, but it is a fact. It is a fact that it's a bit of a struggle for us to get the right resources. Um, we do reach out to far-flung areas because people in the cities are generally averse to working in manufacturing sectors. So they prefer, like Mr. Dev Prasad said, they prefer to work in the malls, air-conditioned environment. Of course, our factory is also an air-conditioned environment because we manufacture electronics, or the health sectors and so on and so forth. So we reach out to far-flung areas. The people in the rural areas are more willing to come to factories and work. Okay, they don't mind dirtying their hands, so which is a good thing. I was just reading the report, the National Skill Development Corporation report. So in our own state of Maharashtra, the skill scarcity is likely to be in the region of about 3 to 3.5 million in the next few years. So the working population itself in Maharashtra is only 5 million. So it means it is likely to get the increase up to 60%. So whatever I said just now is only going to get more intense and more complicated. So unless the government and the public and people like us take some steps, the situation is going to worsen.
See, in continuation to my fellow colleague who just mentioned about the challenges, we also have our bit of it, but not that extensive. But yes, one of the most challenging thing what we face while hiring these people is the quality, because when we look for certain skills, like when we are looking for X-ray technicians or USG ultrasound technicians, okay, and to a certain extent the phlebotomists, these are nothing but the sample collection guy in layman language who collect samples, blood samples. Okay, so when we are looking at them, what they learn during their 6 months, 3 months, 6 months of training with the skill development center, it is not enough. And like my colleague mentioned, that the real learning happens when they come on the shop floor. Okay, so and for this reason, and again, not every development center, you get what you want wherever you go. So we have also gone, from Hyderabad, we have traveled to Mizoram, we have traveled to Guwahati, Tripura, Shillong, the places like this to pick up apprentice. Okay, because we have explored everywhere, wherever we have possible and the possibilities, and we experienced that in the past that candidates there are good. We have always visited those places. So the only challenge what we face in this entire process is sometimes with the quality of the candidate what we get. Otherwise, as far as numbers are concerned, we get it what we want.
As far as our industry is concerned, if you look at our colleague Mr. Ajaynath, what he mentioned, or what Mr. Manikam has said, see, for them, it is a little bit of challenging more than me, because they look at little bit of technical qualification or technical experience or expertise in dealing a particular job. Whereas our trade or our this thing is of a general in nature. So what we look out is generally the basic qualification of a people. Maybe it is like, with 10 standard or 12 standard. With that qualification, if a person has got good communication skills, that is sufficient for us. So from that level, we can adopt them and train them into our trade, like be it in training them in the merchandising activity, in the selling skill sets, all those things, so that we can provide. So one advantage what I do agree, additional to this on-job training, it is like when people, we can always tell them that you learn while earning. Both are there. See, today, who are the people who will be the dropouts at 10th standard or 12th standard? For various reasons, maybe economic background of the family or the need and necessity, they drop out. But they will be having aspiration to study, but they're not able to study. For them, this apprentice training, if we inculcate and help them in learning on job, then we can also provide them the study. They can do some course in the correspondence, they can get qualified so over the period, what happens is by the time they come out as graduates or anything in our retail sphere or any other graduation, any discipline for that matter. So after some time, when they go out in the market, they will have on-job training, the certificate with them. In addition to that, by then they would have attained the degree and they would have met their needs in this period of time. So thus, this apprentice scheme backed with the educational program will definitely help both the industry as well as to the trainees who undergo these things, and overall for the economic development of the country, it would be very helpful. I think government is already looking into these areas. They have been doing a lot of things in these areas. And we expect much more to be done in these areas, and definitely we all as an industry participant should also cooperate, help the government in providing more and more opportunity to the youngsters to build their careers.